And a good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Issues and Attitudes. My name is Jeff Owens, WEIU Director. My co-host is Mr. Corbin Cox. Welcome, Corbin.
Hello.
And like you said, no introduction needed, but Kian Armstrong, WEIU's Public Relations Promotion Manager, part-time everything. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Good afternoon.
So, and Crystal Brown couldn't make it, but we'll talk a little bit more with Crystal during the week, and she'll be here on Saturday because that's what we're talking about today. It's WEIU Kids Day 2024. Kids Day's back, Kian. Tell us about it.
It is, and we're happy that it's back. We haven't had it back since 2019 was our last one, but it's Saturday, March 9th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon here on the campus of Eastern Illinois University. We're located in Buzzard Hall, so it's going to be in the WEIU area. GPS address is 1920 9th Street. That's the easiest way to find us.
Cor?
And now, why has it been so long since the last Kids Day? Was it all just COVID and pandemic related, or were there other reasons too?
It was mostly COVID pandemic related. It just took us a little while to get all of our ducks in a row and get everything, back into the swing. But we're bringing it back this year, bigger than ever. We've got 31 different businesses and organizations that are volunteering to provide an activity table with, fun, educational, and engaging activities for the kids. So it's going to be a lot of people, a lot of good fun times going on Saturday morning.
And I think also to help answer that question a little bit is Dr. Gatrell. He wanted us to bring it back, even as early as last year, but because of time constraints and staffing and stuff, we want to do it correctly, and so we moved it to the spring, because it always was in the fall. But the first 3 years really were because of COVID and pandemic, and we couldn't do it. But and Dr. Gatrell, as you know, has been a big proponent of making sure that that the Eastern Illinois is well seen and well visited into the communities, and so we thought this would be a perfect time to do it, and so it's March 9th, and it's hard to believe that Kids Day week is here. It's fun. I guess for, Ken, one of the things that, what are the challenges of bringing something back after it laid dormant for a few years?
Well, there's a lot of planning that goes into this, a lot of connecting back with the people and the organizations, the businesses, trying to get the word out that it's coming back again. But, people have been so excited. They've asked, is it going to come back? We miss it. So, I don't think it ever really fell off of anybody's, thinking about it. They just were excited that it was coming back. So, there has been some challenges in remembering, like what did we do? What do we need to do? But there's been so many people step up that, there's been more success than challenge, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, you think about our students have really, this is their first time doing it, and a lot of them have never done it because it's been gone so long. So it's a challenge to us to re-educate the students on what they need, and most of the kids are all looking forward to helping out in one way or another this coming weekend.
Yeah, I just, one of the challenges I think that always makes me nervous is you put out all the promotion that you can, and you just, hope that people attend. It's a good time. We've got Daniel Tiger and Katarina Kitty Cat as the meet and greet characters from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, and it's such a popular show. And it's really geared toward preschool, elementary kids. So, if your kids or if kids that are fans of that show, don't miss out on Saturday. It's going to be a great time. Bring your cell phones, or, if you still use a camera, bring that too.
And one thing people forget about is that we, with these characters, you just can't go down to the local shop to get them. They're brought in via PBS and your contacts in there, and we pay for those characters. And so it's a big deal when there's a character visit, and we're lucky enough this year to have 2 character visits plus Billy the Panther on hand.
Oh, yeah. We have to get approval from the Fred Rogers production company to even have these characters at our event, and we go through another company that's associated with them that provides the characters. But the sweater that Daniel Tiger wears is actually made by hand, just like Fred Rogers' sweaters were by his mother. So, these are legit. These aren't, just go to your local costume store and pick up these characters. These are straight from the Fred Rogers company.
Nice. Just for a little bit of context, and maybe neither of you were here when it first started, but how did Kids Day come about originally, if you know?
Well, from what I've been told, I've been here since 2001, May of 2001, and they had some Kids Day events prior to me being hired that, they offered for the community. And then when I got hired here, I started holding them the first one was at the Charleston Library. I was new. I wasn't sure what to do. It was small. Then we held it here at WEIU. And then later on, Sesame Street was having an anniversary. And I found out that they were renaming a street in New York Sesame Street. And so John Inyart was mayor at the time, and I saw him in a business after hours and said, hey, what about that road that goes through Kiwanis Park? Can we rename that Sesame Street in honor of Kids Day and the anniversary? And so he did, and we held it at Kiwanis Park for a few years, and then we decided to have Kids Day at the castle, and then we had it in front of Old Main. And then from there, we brought it back here to WEIU, and that's where it's going to be again this year.
Nice.
In front of the castle was great, but you again, when you're anywhere you're doing an event, it's weather
Yeah.
related. So and inside is, I think it's better, air conditioned, restrooms, easier to kind of control a little bit. But a great question, though. Also, maybe somebody who has no idea what to expect on Saturday, can you kind of give people not just the directions, but kind of what is Kids Day for those who have no idea?
Well, WEIU is a PBS station, so we're based on educating, and we want kids to have fun. We have PBS Kids programs on all day through the week and on the weekend morning. But we bring those types of educational activities throughout the whole building here at WEIU, and we have businesses and organizations that are coming to set up tables. So we've got different places like Sarah Bush Lincoln, Healthy Hero, the Cub Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the libraries, Lincoln Log Cabin, Fit to Serve, Bunches of Treasures, True Force Martial Arts, Child Care Resource and Referral, Douglas Hart Nature Center. I mean, it goes on and on. All of these businesses and organizations are going to set up a table and offer an activity for your child or children to take part in, to learn something. And I've tried to really cover the gamut of whether it's science, nature, history, arts, music, you name it, we're offering it here. And then we're also opening up our studio so our Skywatch weather team can show kids what it's like to be a forecaster in front of the green screen and see what it's like to be a part of WEIU. So it's a lot of fun. You can meet and greet the characters. You can take part in these educational activities. We're going to have a couple of dance contests with Hit Mix 88.9. We're going to have event music playing throughout to make it fun and festive. And then we're also going to have carnival games set up, and your kids can win little trinkets and prizes and just have some fun with that. We're giving away door prizes every 15 minutes, so we've got some Daniel Tiger lunch boxes and backpacks and little toys and different things. So it's just a fun time for families and kids, and it's free.
That's cool. When you talk about some of those things, so if people are picturing, if they have never been to Buzzard Hall, you basically come down 9th Street south, and you kind of head towards if you look for the tower, and then come in one of those entrances. We have 2 or 3 different hallways. We have an atrium. We use the upstairs atrium and the downstairs, as well as the WEIU studio. So it's spread out, so your kid isn't just in one area. They can kind of roam the place. It's kind of organized chaos for kids, and so we want as many kids here as possible. We take pictures, have fun. No kid's going to go home without something.
Right.
And it's just a 2-hour time to visit your local PBS station, but have fun, learn a few things, and you get to meet the WEIU staff, and you can tour it, and you can be on the radio if you want. And so it's just a really good time on Saturday. Talk about maybe parking and logistics, Cam, that part of it.
Okay, so you mentioned come down 9th Street. So Lincoln Avenue runs in front of Eastern, so that's the street the castle is on. So if you go to the corner of 9th Street and Lincoln, you want to head south. And you'll go through one stop sign, you'll see a Buzzard Hall parking lot sign, and you pull in that parking lot to park. And there's a couple of ways to get in the building. Each door will get you to where the activities are going to take place. Free parking on Saturday, so you don't have to worry about a parking pass or ticket. And the event starts at 10 o'clock. You come in, we're going to have 100 goodie bags for the first 100 kids that has Daniel Tiger activities and some fun little things in there with paw prints, little bracelets and stickers and tattoos and things like that says you're possum, because all the kids are possum, and we're possum here at EIU. And then we're going to give away the tickets. So your ticket will go in a bucket. We'll give the door prizes away every 15 minutes. And that's how you find us. I mean, we're going to have a lot of fun. I just really hope the information has gotten out. We cover 22 counties. I've sent the information to several newspapers. We've been posting on Facebook with an event. So if you have liked it and you plan on attending, please share it. We don't want kids to miss out.
Yeah, that's the thing. The more the merrier on Saturday. Cor?
This was kind of a question for both of you, but what is one thing maybe you hope the community gets out of the event, and then also one thing that you hope the staff and the student DJs get out of it?
Well, the one thing we want the community to get out is that we're here for them. You know, that's what public television and public radio do, is we serve the community. And this is a way that we can give back and say, hey, your kids mean something to us. We want them to watch that safe haven that WEIU is. When they watch kids programming any day during the week and on Sundays, they know that that's a safe place for their kids to be entertained, but to be educated and learn and to kind of, you know, bring that imagination to life. And that's what WEIU TV and PBS has done for now 50 years strong. So that's the one thing that I think is important that people understand why we do it. It's for your kids. We are that safe haven on that dial and on all those services that they can watch TV. We're the safe haven, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. And I also think that this is a great community event to bring awareness to, you know, what else is out there for our community and families and kids to take part in. And that's why it's so important for all of those vendors to set up their table, you know, not only to take part in our fun, but also to let families and kids know, hey, we're part of this community too, and we're here to serve you as well. So it's a great partnership with us, with all of these different places that are taking part in our event. And I think for your question about the staff and the students taking part, I mean, PBS is awesome, and PBS Kids is awesome, and to be a part of something so big that's nationwide and to make such a memorable experience for these kids that they will never forget meeting Daniel Tiger and Katarina Kitty Cat and having such a fun time with their family. I mean, I think that that's what I think is really fun, is to be a part of something that you're making memories for these kids and their families.
And keep in mind also it's free. We don't charge. If someone wants to give to WEIU, they can, but absolutely we don't have handouts that say give. It's all about fun and kids and community on Saturday. The other thing that I think is as important is Ramin in our staff meeting this morning asked Ken, like, compared to like before COVID, you know, what is the number of people showing up? Is it less or more? And you think about it, this thing is set dormant for 4 years due to the pandemic, and now here in 2024, said there's more vendors that want to come than in pre-pandemic when we thought it was great. So there's an interest there. People want to be out in the community, and it's kind of that post-pandemic. What else can we do to be involved and to go out and see people again and talk to people and have kids running around here and acting nuts and having fun? I mean, it's kind of like going back to the way it was before, and we can visit that again this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many fun things. Ed Treadwell from the chemistry department was here this morning just to make sure he knew where to set up. And he told me that they were going to have chemistry activities where they were going to take beakers and change colors from blue to clear, or they were going to make slime, or they were going to do these fun little things that are chemistry and science experiments for the kids, you know, and that's a lot of fun. And the Cub Scouts are going to be doing those little pop bottle rockets where they, you know, stomp on a pop bottle and they shoot rockets up into the air. And True Force Martial Arts is going to be here, allowing kids to do demonstrations and take part in trying to break boards. And Phoenix Elite is bringing their tumbling mats. I mean, there's a lot of physical activity as well as taking part in all these other different things that, you know, it's just so fun and educational.
So if you're a parent, you can get your kids tired for 2 hours.
Exactly.
And they may take a nap when they get home, so you can get some stuff done.
Another added benefit.
It is rain or shine no matter what on Saturday, so don't worry about that. We will be having it at Buzzard Hall, 10 to noon. If they want to tour WEIU, even if you don't have kids, it is open to the public. Anybody can come, and we can show you around the WEIU TV and radio studios as well. Ken, what do you think? When you look at putting this together and working with Crystal, and I know our intern Alex has helped you a lot. Is there the most fun part, and is there a most hard part to this thing?
I think the hardest part is just getting everybody on the same page, getting all the information out, getting everybody signed up. I mean, just making sure that you're offering enough, the planning, making sure they know where to set up. I mean, it's just all the planning and organization. I mean, but that's given with any event for anybody that's doing it. The most fun, I think, is when you see everybody here on Saturday and having such a good time, and the little kids and their smiles and running around. I mean, it just, you can't but help smile and have a good time with them.
What do you think the age range is for kids people who do want to bring their kids? Are you talking about 1 to 10, 2 to 8? What's the target audience?
I think preschool and elementary school. I mean, once you get up to maybe 4th grade, you might be pushing a little bit, but I mean, it's still fun. It just depends on your child and, where they're at in life. And, if they still watch Daniel Tiger, cool, bring them. I mean, we're here for all kids, all families, any age level, anything. We're here to have fun with them. So, but mainly Daniel Tiger is for preschool and elementary.
Okay. One of the things about people who don't know who Daniel Tiger or Katerina Kitty Cat, they originated with Mr. Rogers, who most people, when they think about growing up, everybody watched Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. Those were two, you just had to watch them when you're my age. It was just kind of a rule. There was only 4 or 5 channels anyway way back then, Corbin. But so talk about how they kind of came and grew out of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Okay, well, Daniel Tiger was the little, tiger when Mr. Rogers would have the puppets on, and Katerina Kitty Cat. And so after his death, I believe it was 2002, I believe, if I'm right, they being the Fred Rogers Company, decided to continue his legacy, but change it up a little bit into a digital format. So Daniel Tiger and Katerina Kitty Cat are animated characters, and so they're still talking to kids like Mr. Rogers did when he talked to us on the screen, and they're doing all the different things through the shows as far as, still paying attention to your feelings and all the different things kids go through on how they're trying to learn how to do things and the steps in how to do things. So it's still talking to you and liking you for who you are, because everybody's special in their own way.
Good answer. I was also thinking about the parking. If the Buzzard Hall parking lot is full, there's an adjacent lot across the street on 9th Street, as well as further south. I know it's a little bit more of a walk that way, but we don't want you not to be here. There's plenty of parking that day as well on the other optional lots here. So I know this one will fill out pretty fast. Do you set goals? Do you think, man, I want 500 people here, 600 people? Are you a goal setter?
Kind of a goal setter, but, I expect a few hundred. When we had it outside in front of Old Main, I mean, there were like 1,000 people here, but that was outside. It was a nice sunny day, and we're inside, so again, rain or shine. And I'm hoping for a few hundred people here, because we've got the space, we've got a lot of fun, and actually we have some new vendors this year that we've never had before. Like people got a hold of us when they found out that we were bringing this back and said, hey, we want to be a part of this. So Birth to 5 Illinois is new. Project Help and Head Start are both going to be here. Bunches of Treasures Art Studio, and I'm sure I'm leaving some others out.
The
but I know
firefighters
that,
are coming.
Yeah, the firefighters are coming. They're going to be set up right next to the chemistry just in case. So just some... I don't know what to expect. I just hope we're going to have a lot of people.
There you go. And Sarah Bush is the title sponsor, and so they're going to be set up right the entryway. Why don't we go over some logistics on? Everybody's going to want their picture done with Katerina Kitty Cat and Daniel Tiger, so that we know there's going to be a long line. So tell people what to do and how to kind of get in there in the auditorium here at Buzzard.
Okay, so the auditorium has 2 sets of doors. We're going to have an entrance door and an exit door, and we're going to have people helping traffic navigate through. And Daniel Tiger and or Katerina Kitty Cat will be on stage, one or the other. And the characters are in appearance for 30 minutes at a time. So if Daniel Tiger is on stage, he'll be up there for 30 minutes. And then Katerina Kitty Cat will come in and take Daniel Tiger's space. So depending on if your child wants to see one or the other, that's how it's going to work. Billy the Panther will be walking around the event for photos, but Daniel Tiger and Katerina Kitty Cat will only be on stage.
There you go. And so you'll have time to go up there and get a quick picture and then get off, because there's going to be so many people that want to. We hope it's always been that way, where people, the eyes when they walk into and they even get to see them up on stage. If you get to watch the little kids' eyes, it's pretty amazing when you think about it.
When we're in the auditorium, we're also going to have Daniel Tiger, the show, up on the screen. So, if your kids are a little impatient waiting in line, we've got something to keep their minds busy, and we'll have the audio on, fun music. So hopefully that will help. But we're going to try and get the people, around through to meet and greet the characters, but keep the traffic flowing.
There you go. All kinds of prizes and stuff for the kids to win. I mean, if you saw Kean's office right now, it's like packed to the, with just stuff. So we got to figure that out. And there's also going to be an arts and crafts in the WEIU main offices, right?
Yeah, in our conference room. I'm glad you brought that up. We've got some things from before that we're going to be doing, like night shield making. There are these great big, night shields made out of poster board. And so you can decorate the fronts of those and pretend that you're a knight throughout the event. And then we've got princess wands where you can decorate them up with fun ribbons and beads and sparkly things and fun things like that. But we also have face painting going on in there. We've got a few other things where they can make paper bag puppets, and they've got this little scratch art. So little things if your kids just need a little more of a quiet space. If the event gets a little overwhelming, bring them into our main office. We've got the TV on in there. We'll be playing PBS Kids programming, and then have the arts and craft area maybe as a quieter area.
There you go. Well, a good time. It's all this Saturday from 10 to noon here at WEIU Kids Day. How about some thank yous and shout outs? I know you have a lot of people you want to thank and shout out even before.
Absolutely. I want to thank everyone that is participating and offering a free, engaging activity for the kids. 31 vendors, again, from all around our area. I want to thank our underwriters, because without them, we would not be able to fund this event. So we have funding provided in part by the City of Charleston Tourism Fund, Sarah Bush Lincoln, EIU, Office of Civic Engagement and Volunteerism, Mackmore Shoes, the Illinois Arts Council, Harris Metals, Coles County Sanitation and Recycling.
Auto Truck and Farm Repair.
Yes, I know I'm missing a couple.
That's the ones I can remember off the top of my head.
But thank you to all of our underwriters, because we couldn't do this without you. I mean, it's very expensive to bring these characters here. That's the largest cost in all of this. So, we really appreciate you.
There you go.
Going back to what Jeff was asking you about goals a while ago, each time you've done this event, because you said you've been doing it since 2001, is it your goal each time to make it bigger, this is the biggest one yet? And I think it's kind of become that. You said we have more vendors than ever at this one.
Yeah, why not make it bigger and better, If an event stays stagnant, I think people, finally are kind of we've been there and done that. But, you try to bring in a little bit more zest, a little bit more fun, shake it up a little bit. And, I think people want to come, and they want to keep coming back that way.
Yeah, and I think when you think about what the pandemic did, when a lot of stuff got canceled, the Bagel Fest and the fairs and everything, they got canceled. Well, now we can bring this back. Well, now Kids Day again, that goes into line with that is, their kid may have been, 3 or 4 years old the last time we could do it. Now they're 8 or 9. It might be the last time they get to bring their their kids here. But the new kids in the area who've never been here because of the pandemic or haven't been on one of Kean's 1,000 tours she gives a year to show off the studios. But this is bigger and better because they can play the games, they can run around, and like I said, they can do science experiments or tumbling or jujitsu or whatever it's going to be upstairs. They got so many different things to do that it's pretty incredible. That the response we've got, get a picture taken even with a firefighter. People love that kind of stuff. So when you think about what Kids Day is, this Saturday, 10 to noon, be here, come and enjoy it. It's free. You can also tour WEIU, meet the WEIU staff. We'll have tons of Hit Mix Radio kids who've already, I don't know if you volunteer because I made you volunteer, but but I think most of the people didn't. It wasn't like, oh, what do we have to? It's like, hey, you kind of want to pick and choose what you wanted to do, and a lot of the radio and television kids at WEIU will be here as well for for some of the events and setup that'll be fun for the kids. So it should be good. So we have a couple minutes left. Anything that we forgot that you want to get the word out on?
I was looking here at my list of a couple of other places that did not participate before that are coming on this year. Urban Butterfly Initiative, that's going to be fun and cool. EIU World and Language Cultures, that's new too. Camp New Hope, Lincoln Log Cabin. So, there's some different things that have been brought into this event this year. Once again, trying to reach all the different things that kids might be interested in or spark an interest in something that they're like, oh, I didn't know that I could do that, or I didn't know that that was around. Or for the families as well, to be able to go and visit these places and take part in the fun after our event as well.
And
So
I think
go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that's kind of really important. I was talking to one of my relatives a while ago, and she was like, before the pandemic, I used to know, like, how to leave my house and how to find things to do. And I think that's such, like, a hard thing. We've become so comfortable being at home, so it'll be nice to just be here and be like, oh, that's in my community. I can go do that. I can go do that. And I think people especially like if they're new to the area, have lost like a way to find out what to do.
Well, the thing about Saturday too is it's 10 to noon, so you can come at 10 and be out here by 10:30 if you want, and still have your whole Saturday to do whatever you want. If you want to sleep in a little bit, come for the last hour, half hour. It's only 2 hours because we didn't want you don't want to drag this thing on in terms of that, but come and enjoy it for a little bit and get to see your local PBS station. The other thing is people forget that we're a full service TV station too. We're on 24/7, 365. So to kind of be at a TV station is pretty cool. We're the same with radio. You can come down and kind of get a feel for what Charleston has to offer via EIU, and so that's another thing that you can do on this Saturday. So all right, we'll ask the world famous unrelated questions here in our last minute and a half. All right, and Corbin, you get to play as well today. All right.
Oh, lucky me.
All-time favorite Sesame Street character. Ken, then Corbin.
Snuffleupagus.
I gotta go with Bert and Ernie.
Summer vacation plans. Where are you gonna go?
Well, spring break, we're headed over to Louisville and Cincinnati area.
I don't know about summer break, but spring break I am going on a road trip.
There you go. Last concert you saw?
Wow. Luke Combs, maybe? I can't remember.
Peter McPoland.
There you go. Your third grade teacher was?
Mrs. Pringle.
I didn't remember.
Loved her.
Corbin?
Mrs. Coker.
Mrs. Coker, right. Is cheese pizza really a pizza?
Yeah, that's almost all I ever eat.
Yeah, that's the same here.
Most famous person you've ever met?
Oh, wow. Robert Redford.
Stephen Schwartz.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
because I told you. I was like, I finally have a new answer.
Do you use an alarm clock to wake up?
Yes, on my cell phone.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Best thing about EIU/WEIU?
Oh, wow. The best thing? Just the people and the fun that we're able to have. And Ramin's in there pointing to himself. He's like, it's me.
Ramin and
He is pretty cool. He's a
and
legend,
J-Rod
right?
in there, yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, just the connections you make with
Yes.
people. I've met so many more people here, and like, you never know how that'll come back down the line.
The opportunities
Exactly,
that we get.
yeah.
All right, Kids Day this Saturday, 10 to noon here at WEIU. As I have a brain lock there. Be here, have fun, come visit us. We are WEIU.